Well, today's video is gonna be a little bit more downhill because something might have happened that is extremely unfortunate, which could have been avoided if Sega was thought ahead a little bit here. So yeah, today we're gonna be discussing what ended up happening with some of the abuse that ended up going down inside of a new Genesis over the last 24 hours or so, as well as discussing the details of exactly what is happening. So any of today is a little bit of a downer. Hopefully you find it video helpful in any way, shape, or form. If so, make sure you do the like, favorite, subscribe, hit all the bells, and check out my other video for way more upbeatness. But for now, let's get into this, and let's go on talking about what is happening for New Genesis right now. So for anyone who's not aware of what ended up happening, as you can see from the tweet, PSO and Sega ended up sponsoring three streamers that are more on the higher end for viewership, with, I know one of the guys popping off around or a little bit over 3 million followers over on Twitch. And these are people coming in that Sega ended up, from my understanding, ended up sponsoring them to do a event for them to show off the game, which is all fine and dandy. This is not anything out of the ordinary. The problem that came from this is, of course, the issues of, well, PSO. Since, as a lot of you know, PSO2 New Genesis is a free-to-play game. If you're on the channel, you know this. But for anybody that might be joining, hello. It's free to play. Go play it. It's great. But with that all aside here, it was a free-to-play game, and as well as the being, very popular streamers in their own right, we had some issues of not being able to, moderate these streams. Since these streams very quickly kind of went the way of harassment and pretty much people doing things in pretty much trying to get the people banned and other harassment type of issues here when it came to the chat function inside of a new Genesis. And you might be thinking, why wouldn't you just turn on some some blockers, make it harder for a chat to, overtake the stream with harassments? I did do a video yesterday going on about some of chat functions inside of New Genesis and some of the way that you can help with this, as well as just pretty much make chat a easier life for everybody. Check out that video, the last video I did, if you want more information on that, which wasn't originally tied for this at all, but here we are. So yeah, if you didn't check out that video though, the few settings we do have inside of New Genesis is, of course, under our chat settings. We can, of course, change the chats to only show different things, such as group, party member, whipples, and whatnot, which is all fine and dandy. You would think that would help out a lot here. The problem is that came into play here is the chatbot over here. If you can officially just turn it off if you want, as I will go ahead and move me over here. As you can see, you can easily just turn off chat if you want. And yeah, like I was saying, you can change the setting to whatever you want here. The issue that comes in on this is being able to turn it off is fantastic if this is something you want to do, and you don't have to deal with it. The problem is as you can see on screen at the moment though, is of course people still can show them messages here in the little feed bubble that is inside both PSO and New Genesis as well, and that is where the bigger issue come in. There is a couple of settings that in the game when it comes to symbol art and stamps and whatnot, which at least on the symbol art side do have a reputations of being, a little more abused, and there is people that does spam hentai stuff in it, since the way these are set up here. is mainly you can go ahead and just pretty much make any type of symbol art you want here, and you can just go ahead and edit them as you see fit by creating stuff from scratch here. So that is the thing that happens. But as of right now, for once here, symbol art not actually playing into that really at all. Because at the time of that video anyway, symbol art have been turned off and being investigated to make it easier. Might it be because of the hentai, maybe because of the bots that was abusing it. Nonetheless, that's a whole nother discussion altogether. More or less whenever, if you're a streamer or just anyone in general, it's highly recommended to turn off symbol art so you don't have to deal with that stuff. But that's not the same thing when it comes to these beat bubbles. Since inside the setting, you can actually turn off a handful of these underneath sound and chat. And you can turn these off. The problem is you mainly only turn these off for a handful of events such as Alliance chat and whatnot, but not global chat. So if you have chat turned off, you have all these settings turned off, and you are in a public area with other players, you still gonna get people being able to spam whatever. And then on top of that, if you bring in the whole being a bigger streamer or content creator, and as we have seen with people just following around streamers in any MMO or really any multiplayer game as a whole, you can kind of start understanding how this is a big problem. Since you're going to have literally no way to actually turn this off or make it where the stuff isn't be viewable at all, and you get what ended up happening with the harassment, the racial slurs, and slurs in general, and pretty much just abuse as a whole here. The issue I feel that coming in here is not that the PSO community is bad by any means, because I know that a lot of you out there are fantastic. But the thing is, we have the issue of, on one hand, this is a free-to-play MMO that have got a little more popular late in the beginning, over the bait PSO2 affiliate, and then on top of that, being the content creator coming in and bringing, hundreds, if not thousands of people into the game with them. It's very much just highlighting the biggest problem we have inside of New Genesis and bait PSO as of now that have always been there that Sega have not done anything about. That could just be them being ignorant about it, or maybe it could just be them, the whole ideal of content creation and streaming. It's not new by any means, but let's be honest here, it is a big old deal, especially now that PSO is outside of Japan and have went global, and with that come more people streaming, more people making content and whatnot on a way bigger scale, which in return, like I said, pretty much highlight the problems here, which is honestly no fault, I feel, of the streamers who are playing it, or in that case, being sponsored to play, or the community as a whole. We all have bad apple. It comes with the territory of online game. It just get extremely blown out of proportion once you start bringing in people who would bring in, like I said, thousands upon thousands of players here. And honestly, PSO2, I feel like it's just not meant for that kind of, content or content creator coming into it to that extent. And especially in the live market, when pretty much anything under the sun can either get you banned, timed out, or just make it where your video cannot be monetized on, wherever you might be, streaming or putting up your content. And it really, really shows how bad Sega need to actually fix the issue. Like, don't get me wrong, all the stuff we can turn off and whatnot is great. But we need to have this ability to actually turn off the chat bubbles, or at least make it where we can lock it behind certain activities such as Alliance or Party, the same as we can do with our normal chat bot. But sadly, that is not there right now, and I feel like as Sega move forward, if they are going to move forward at all, and get more into, sponsoring people to play the games, to cover the games, especially as we get more and more content, and ideally the game become any more popular, Sega really need to work on this, and that should be like one of the fourth thing as far of like content to make this easier for people need to actually happen as soon as humanly possible to fix this type of stuff, because this type of stuff is what will actually hurt the game long term. Well, people say, oh, it's a lag, the bugs or whatever. Like, yes, they will indeed hurt the game, but the thing that's gonna hurt it any more so if people are just not able to show off this game, enjoy this game, or play PSO in a environment that is a little more, I get, non-hentai or harassment, ideally, since we do have that as a issue here. And if we can get this fixed and Sega can get on this, I feel like we will have a little bit better of a future for PSO. And then we will hopefully welcome in more people that will be making content and streaming the game. Because we all know at the end of the day, any of the people who hangs around for the sponsor stream, or if they just hang around for a month or two or a couple hours a week till they hit in-game and they just don't care anymore, how little that might seem will help the game dramatically, because that will introduce the game to more people, and more people equal more people that have the ability, ideally have the ability, to support the game, and then it'll win-win for everybody. The thing is, we just can't do it at that point. Like, the game is not ready for that type of content. And any more so, after this event, it's probably going to be a lot of streamers that, if they are all for sponsorship in the future, it's probably going to turn this down, because why, put your channel at risk for, a couple $100 to a couple $1,000. It really, it's just not feasible, especially if this is a, your career in making content in general. And Sega need to come to terms with that and actually fix it. Will it happen? Personally, I have a bad feeling that if it does, they're going to be pretty far down the line. Because since we are dealing with Sega Japan being 100% over global as well that time around, I just don't know if they have the entrance in it, since, the whole sponsorship thing is more of a Sega of America thing appealed to Sega of Japan. But then again, maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe Sega Japan does sponsor, Japanese streamers and content creators, and, it just so separated from global, I don't realize it. If you play JP or follow the JP side of deal, let me know in the comment below if something like that have happened with JP as far as sponsorship and stuff is concerned, or this actually more so just a global thing, which I wouldn't doubt it just being a global thing. But overall, this whole situation could have been so easily avoided with literally one options in the settings, and everything could have been fine, dandy. And don't get me wrong, harassment and just in general that type of content will happen no matter what. But it could have been very much helped to, dumb it down a bit if we did just have the option to turn off in-game chat bubbles. And hopefully it will get fixed soon, I hope, but I'm not holding my breath too much. But nonetheless, there's still a conversation to be had, and hopefully a conversation that if we get, enough people, will hopefully make Sega realize this. And after trying to look up some of these streams that ended up happening, it seemed like, from my experience, from looking into this and trying to actually go watch these streams, since, I wasn't aware of this happening to literally I woke up and the firestorm happened. But I tried my best to go watch these streams and see how bad it truly got. Obviously, it got bad because every one of these streams have, from what I could find, have been deleted at that point. Which, if anyone have ever done sponsor content, that's not the most ideal thing. So, hopefully, the couple $1,000 might, help Sega realize it. Probably not, but we will see nonetheless. And as for the bad apples that, might be want my content or making, or watching, I should say, watching anybody else content who do PSO2 stuff, my advice is just don't be a dick, Because I get wanting attention and all, but if you actually in the PSO community and you want to see the game succeed, don't do that to people. Just don't. And if you are just some random person who, don't care at all about this stuff, just don't do it either. Because honestly, it don't really help anybody, and outside of maybe getting your jolly off, this is like a very short high. Just overall, please don't do it. Everybody watching, be good people, be nice to people, and, try to help grow the community, or at least, try to not get it such a bad rap. But I know they're gonna fall on death shield for many people, but nonetheless, just don't be a dick. Like that the overall method today. Don't be a dick, and hopefully Sega will add the option. This overall was still just very unfortunate for everybody involved. I guess that will do it for me. Like I said, a little bit of a download. Do the like, favorite, subscribe, do the membership if you want to support the channel. Let me know in the comment below if you were there and actually checked out any of the content, and hopefully none of you was in that chat harassing these dreamers. I hope not. But with that, I guess I will go ahead and see you all in the comments.
Luna here. Thanks go out to everyone that feed me. Kyle Blower, Matador 428, Sepian Underground, Zathara Hyperion Tail. Join membership at VIP ARCS level or Patreon at VIP ARCS level for the shouted out by me the best cat. Luna.